stripped of everything. But this is the premier firearms technology from about 1620 all the way through 1820 when it was superseded by percussion. But this is it. It's real simple. So all it really is I've got a flat spring in here. I've got a tumbler. I've got a sear. I would have a sear spring, which is somewhere around here. And I think this might be the one that actually goes into this lock. So what this is doing is I've got a flint here that is striking a hardened steel. This is called the hammer or the steel. We call it the frizzen in modern terms. But when I pull this piece back, this is the cock, and so to cock your piece is just to pull this back, and it goes to half cock. So see, we've got this deep notch in there that the sear is resting in. When I pull this trigger, I'm just lifting up on this part. So you see when I lift up on there, that wants to pop out. So when that's set in there, that's the half cock position, that's a safety position. When I go to full cock, I pull this back one more, and then now you can see it's much more shallow, and so when I pull that trigger, that's able to pop out. And so what happens is, as this comes back, the tumbler here is lifting up this spring. So you can see it lifts up that spring right there, and that's going to compress it. This is called a V spring or a flat spring, and so when this, you can see I can't compress this with my hand, so there's a lot of force going on. When that gets pushed up there, this spring wants to throw this down. So that spring wants to be forcing this back down. And the only thing that's resisting that is this sear. And of course I don't have any screws in this at all right now, so I'm just trying to hold the entire thing together with my hands. And you can see how well that's working. But when I pull this trigger, that sear is going to pop out, that spring there is going to throw this down, and when this throws down, the flint strikes the steel and pops it open. And as it's scraping across, it's going to make sparks, because flint on steel makes sparks. Those sparks fall into the pan, a little bit of black powder inside this pan ignites, and then right next to it is the barrel, a little hole in it called the touch hole, and the black powder, or the heat from here, goes through that hole, and ignites the powder in the main charge, and the gun goes off. It happens in a fraction of a second. When these things are set up properly and operated properly, cleaned, oiled like they should be, like the soldiers were ordered to, these were very efficient and reliable weapons that were used for, in some shape or another, for about 300 years.
Thank you,
We need to
okay. Yeah, I just want to get you to stop.
Yep.